In this video, let's start talking more about the clip launcher and how you can use this in Bitwig Studio. To demonstrate this, let's start off by creating a new project. So I'm going to go to the File menu and hit New Project. Now, this is something that I just want to talk about as well. You can have multiple projects open in Bitwig Studio, but only one of them at a time can be using the audio engine. So if you open up a new project and you want to start using this, just click Activate Audio Engine. Now you can use the audio engine with this project. And if you go back to the previous one, this has been deactivated. So just keep that in mind. It's quite nice that you could have multiple projects open and then just jump between them and activate the audio engine. Okay, so now we've got a blank slate to work with the clip launcher. And just before going any further, I'm just going to save this project. So I'm just going to call this clip launcher, so we know what we're working with. And I'll do _1 because I just like to give it different numbers. So there we go. We've got a new project. Now, as you saw, I can click this button here to hide the clip launcher view over here with the arrangement view. As well, if you click this button, it expands and gets rid of the arranger view, so you're only seeing the clip launcher view. Now, I just want to add a few extra tracks just so we can populate this and it just looks a bit more busy. So I'm going to add an audio track. The shortcut is Command-Shift-T, so I'm just going to add a bunch of those. So just to point out over here, with this view of the clip launcher, you've got your tracks over here. These are your clips that you can populate with samples and clips that can be triggered, and then your scenes run vertically down. I can bring back the arrange view, and now I can see both views and just change this if I want to see the size of what I want to see. For example, maybe I want to see less of the arranger view, but see more of the clip view. Now, if you jump to the mix view, I'm just going to hit tab, and now this jumps across to the mix view. And the orientation of this is slightly different. You've got your tracks going across and vertically down for the clips, and then the scenes are running horizontal. So let me just switch back here. You see that this is the view with the tracks down here and the scenes up here, and there's the clips. And when I switch to the mixer view, I've got the tracks over here running down on the clips here, and then the scenes. So just make sure you know which way you are with the orientation with regards to the clip launcher and how you're going to be using it. Now let's stick with this mixer view here and let's add some clips. I'm going to go to this track over here. I'm going to click on this clip slot here, and I'm going to press B to open up the browser. Now let's look for some files or samples that we can add in. I'm going to navigate to the Beatport sounds, and let's maybe look for some drums or effects loops. Let's go for some effects loops 140 and take a listen. That's quite nice. So I'll click that to add that in. And now let's add another clip over here underneath. So I'll select that clip, press B, and just to stick with the same sort of thing, let's go back to effects loops 180, 140, and try another sample. These are quite crazy, but I think I'll stick with 5, so I'll load that up. So now to launch a clip, all you have to do is hit this play button. Then to launch the next clip, I just click this. So when it stops playback of the previous clip, it launches into the next one. Now you'll notice that you've got these stop buttons here. So that's going to loop, but if I hit the stop button, when this finishes, it's going to stop. So that's basically how your clips are set up. I'm just going to jump across to the view over here in the arranger so you can see this as well. So you've got a clip, you can play it. When you hit play, it plays the next clip. And if you hit an empty slot, it's going to stop the clip. So it's actually quite nice. Sometimes you might leave a slot empty, then add another audio file here to have a little bit of a break, and then it can kick into the next one. Now let's populate some of these with some other things. But first, let me go to this track and rename it. So I'm going to press Command R, and we're just going to label this effects loops, just so we know what they are. Now let's go over to this track and add something else here. So I'm going to hit B, and let's go to the Beatport sounds again, But this time, let's maybe look for something else. Maybe some synth loops. Yeah, I like that. We can play it. Now, that points to something that I want to talk about now. If you select a clip and you go over to the left here, you can see the launcher clip properties. Now, this clip has been stretched. What that means is any clips that are pulled into Bitwig Studio are time aligned and they are stretched according to the tempo. So if you look at this clip, if you go down to its tempo, its original tempo was 128, but it's been stretched to 110. So it's actually been slowed down. Now let's go to this tempo and change that to 128. Now, if I play this back, that is now at the correct tempo of the same clip. Now, let's play this back. So that now is at the same tempo as the original clip. If you don't want things to be stretched, you can go down to the audio event and the mode and choose to use different stretch modes if you like. As you can see, there's a selection of different stretch modes. There's also other modes here that we'll get into, but for now, let's just stick with stretch. But raw is the one that you'll select if you don't want any time stretching applied to the audio or any pitch shifting as well, on that matter of fact. Let's load up one more thing here. So I'm going to go to this clip, and for this, maybe let's add a sort of top loop. So we can go down here and we can go to top loops, and let's take a listen and preview these. Quite like 10. So there we go. Let's just actually go in and rename this. So that is top loop. This is synth. And now we've got this. I can launch the effects loop. Then I can start the synth. Maybe pull that volume down for this. And then I can add in the top layer. And if I want to remove this loop, I can just hit the stop. And then maybe stop the top loop as well. And just leave with the synth. And stop this as well. So that's how to work with clips. Now in the next video, let's see how we can take this further and edit these clips.